It's time to fuel our hearts and minds for holistic success as traders and investors in the financial markets. This is today's Bite of Wisdom with Joyce Owens. Good morning, everybody. What's going on? This is Joyce Owens, and welcome to today's Bite of Wisdom, coming to you from Knockout Investing. Today, I want to talk about humble beginnings. And I am just humbly grateful that we're spending time here today. You could be spending time with anyone in the world with your precious minutes and hours that you have in your life. And you're spending it here with me. We're spending it together. So don't be afraid of starting small. There are valuable lessons in humble beginnings. I absolutely love that saying. If every day, no matter how successful we are in whatever areas of life that we have, if we just always remember waking up with humble beginnings and valuable lessons and where we're at today, we're always starting over somewhere in our life, even if we're kind of on an advanced end of the journey for other areas of our life, right? So, how do you personally feel about having humble beginnings? And what are your trading and investing short-term goals and long-term goals? You know, that kind of, some people have a problem with starting out humble. They may look across the street at their neighbor and see where their neighbor is at. Maybe they think other people are more successful than them. And they kind of want to fast forward all of the hard work and sacrifices it takes to get to the end goal. But we have to embrace starting off with not much, you know? There's beauty in it, and there's actually can be more value in it as well. Let's talk about that a little bit, because institutional versus retail traders is a big part of our own personal trading strategy here at Knockout Investing, because our number one rule is to stack odds in our favor. Every trading opportunity, every investment opportunity we take, we want to stack as many odds in our favor as possible. We only want to take opportunities that have the highest probability of working. And the reality is, it's the institutions, it's the banks, it's the ones that putting in massive buy orders and sell orders that's going to really move the market. And that's where we, as people trading our own personal accounts, we just want to join them. I want to buy where the banks and institutions buy. I want to sell where the banks and institutions sell. I'm not trying to fight the giant. So let's just talk about some general differences between the two. Okay, when the banks and major hedge funds and institutions buy and sell, they're not just handling their own money, really. They're trading other people's money, trillions of dollars worth of money, right? Institutional traders buy and sell securities in large sizes for accounts they manage for a group or institution. I mean, it may be a retirement fund, the teachers union or police union, their retirement fund, right? They're trading massive accounts, massive amounts of money. Institutional traders usually trade blocks of at least 10,000 shares and are given the best prices for transaction fees. Kind of like you're getting your bulk wholesale prices, right? So of course they're going to get the best fees for transactions to buy and sell. And at least 10,000 shares, that's on the super low end of things, right? But probably a lot more than your average retail trader is going to trade. Okay, hang on one second. So just to kind of give you an idea of how massive these orders are for banks and institutions, some top institutional holders, now this is for Apple, okay? Just a very popular stock that people know about and popular stock that people trade. If you can see here, the Vanguard Group, as of March 30th, 2022, how many shares did they have of Apple? Can you even decipher that number? Okay, well, this is 100,000. That's 1,269,995,750,000 or 995,750 shares. 1.2 billion shares. And what's the value of that position in Apple? What was that? Over $221 billion? just an Apple. That's just one position. They have many more positions in many other stocks, ETFs, and funds. Okay, BlackRock is right behind them with over 1 billion shares valued at over $179 billion, and Berkshire Hathaway at over 890 million shares. And this is as of March 30th, 2022. So again, they're not trading 10 shares at a time, 100 shares, or probably even 10,000 shares at a time. They're probably trading, I don't know, 1 million shares, 10 million, 20 million, 50 million shares at a time, 100 million shares at a time, if they need to buy and sell. And that's going to really move the market really fast. And then also you've got mutual fund holders. There you go, that Vanguard group again. Got to look into that Vanguard group. They kind of are in control of probably most of the money. Okay, Vanguard stock market index fund, over 442 million shares, valued at over $78 billion, just an Apple. Okay, so again, these position sizes are massive. And this is what I mean by whenever we say this is where the banks and institutions are buying and selling, this is what we're talking about. This is why we want to buy and sell wherever they're buying and selling, because this is what creates huge, fast rallies in the market, as well as very strong drops in the market too, okay? Now, us as the average retail trader, we're probably at home in front of our computer. Maybe we just have one screen and one laptop. That's fine. Humble beginnings, right? It's a beautiful thing. Let's just get in where we can and we do our due diligence and find out where on the price charts are they buying and selling, because we're pretty much just doing it for our own personal accounts. Whatever money that you've saved up from working hard and you've dedicated to invest in the market, and you're willing to put that money at risk, okay? And at a measured risk, with that being said. Retail traders typically have minimal to no access to IPOs, and most trades are made in lots of 100 shares, and the cost to make trades are higher because we're not doing as much quantity. All right. So remember, in order to get access to an IPO, like before it's launched, like you typically have to be a qualified investor, right? You got to make $1 million a year, or have at least $1 million worth of assets, right? That's your net worth. Or make if you're married, $300,000 a year for 2 or 3 years consecutively, or have many licenses, right? Series licenses as a broker, and you have to be sponsored by like a brokerage firm and stuff. So it's a little bit more difficult for your average retail trader to have access to those IPOs before they're launched. So again, they have a lot of opportunities that, we, the average guy, don't have. But it's all good. I mean, online brokerages, real-time data, and other factors have actually narrowed that gap. That Wall Street that you've heard so much about over time, that wall is coming down just a little bit for us, right? Letting the little guy in to real-time data on what they're doing. And that helps us a lot. Steve Jobs says, start small, but continue to think big. Don't worry about too many things at once. Just take a handful of simple things to begin with, and then progress to more complex ones. Think about not just tomorrow, but the future. Steve Jobs, right? And God is also concerned about that with us. In Philippians chapter 2, verses 3-4, he says, do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but in humility, consider others better than yourselves. Each of you should look not only to your own interests, but also to the interests of others. Whew. Talk about embracing humble beginnings, embracing humility on your journey in life. Everything we do, should we just be thinking about what we want, right? Or should we be thinking about if whatever we're doing today, is it in the best interest of other people, my household, my family, maybe my coworkers, my employees, people that rely on me and depend on me, maybe my people that I mentor as traders and investors, my students, if I'm a teacher or educator somewhere. People look up to you. So it's beautiful, beautiful thing. Just embrace where you're at, and then you're modeling that humility for others as well. So always go back to your why. Why are you doing this? Why are you trading and investing and sacrificing your time and hard-earned money? And what's your ultimate goal in mind? And that should keep us focused and full of joy with whatever that we have, right? So how do you feel about having humble beginnings? I hope it's a good one. I hope it brings you joy. And what are your trading and investing short-term goals and long-term goals? Maybe the short-term goals is, small profits, but a lot of them. And the long-term goals is bigger profits. And you're willing to just not mess with those investments very often. You just buy and hold maybe, right? So thanks for joining me. Just something to think about as you start your day. Hopefully with humility in your heart and joy and thanksgiving. That's the Bite of Wisdom, and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you later.